welcome to the update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. Energy Minister Chris Bowen says the Liberals need to put up or shut up over their nuclear energy plans, insisting the idea isn't financially viable. The coalition has hit out at the Albanese government over soaring electricity prices, accusing Labor of having its head in the sand. But Mr Bowen says the $400 billion price tag is just the start of the problems.
They think the answer is to put the most expensive form of power available into our grid, when we have no nuclear industry, we have no regulations in place. It would cost even more than it's facing in other countries, and around the world it's facing cost blowouts and time blowouts.
While opposition leader Peter Dutton says electricity prices have only gone up under this government.
Chris Bowen's got his head in the sand when it comes to nuclear power, and what he's worried about is the internal dynamic within the Labor Party. He's not worried about the national interest. I want to see power prices come down in our country. I don't want to see them continue to go up.
Dating apps could face tougher regulations if they don't act to reduce the prevalence of sexual assault, harassment and abuse on their platforms. The federal government has asked the sector to develop a voluntary code of conduct by mid-next year. Communications Minister Michelle Rowland says she's had good conversations with industry leaders about ways to improve user safety.
By having this code in place by the middle of next year, we are giving the industry time to lift its standards, and I will point out that industry has been responsive to our calls for improvements, but we want to build on that momentum as well.
Hillsong is under scrutiny for failing to declare its income to the tax office and misusing tax-deductible donations. The ATO is investigating the church, alleging it did not declare $80 million in revenue. The organisation is also being accused of using $15 million in donations to buy Melbourne's Festival Hall. And it's a new era at the Reserve Bank. Michelle Bullock has officially started as the new governor. She succeeds Philip Lowe and is Australia's first female central bank boss. Now, sport and entertainment are next. To sport, and the late footy great Ron Barassi will be honoured with a state memorial, with his family accepting the Victorian Premier's offer. It comes as the AFL considers naming the Premiership Cup after the Aussie Rules icon. In entertainment news now, and Chrissy Teigen and John Legend have renewed their vows. The pair had headed to Lake Como for the redo 10 years after they first tied the knot there. Now, Halle Berry isn't too happy. She's hit out at Drake for using a pic of her covered in slime without her permission. Now, the actress says he reached out to her and asked if he could use it. She said no, but he went ahead anyway because he found out that she didn't own the photo. And Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have showed they're very much still in the honeymoon phase, with the couple packing on the PDA while visiting an LA flea market. The loved-up pair strolled along arm in arm, with JLo even grabbing her husband's backside at one point. That's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow. I'm Michelle Stevenson.